Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage. Tonight's non-conference matchup features the Warriors of Nyack College taking on the Dolphins of the College of Staten Island. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, once again joined by my broadcast partner, Nick Durst, bringing you all the action live from center court during tonight's game. And Nick, the Dolphins come in after another tough loss. They are now 1-2 on the season, looking to bounce back as they drop their last game in overtime.
Yeah, Joe, absolute heartbreaker there. They got a clean look at the end of the fourth quarter, unable to fall, and it went to overtime. And in overtime, they just cannot keep up with the scoring, and they drop it, unfortunately. But not to be lost in that tremendous performance by the EST rookie of the ECC, Jennalise Alarcon, wins the ECC Rookie of the Week. Absolutely tremendous. A double-double at halftime. So many rebounds. Incredible performance by her.
Yeah, Jennalise Alarcon with a tremendous game against the University of New Haven last week. We were on record watch for Alarcon entering the fourth quarter. She had 18 rebounds entering the fourth. She finished with 21 for the game. As I mentioned, an overtime loss for the College of Staten Island, 72-64 against the University of New Haven. You mentioned the double-double for Alarcon as well, 15 points and 21 rebounds against the Chargers, helping her earn ECC Rookie of the Week honors, making it 2 Rookies of the Week for the Dolphins this season.
Back-to-back.
She is not the only one to receive that accolade.
No, she is not. And last week, Lizzie LaFaro, of course, the Rookie of the Week. And we'll see if the trend can continue this week, because we do know that the Dolphins are full of rookies.
They sure are, and Alarcon was not the only CSI player to have a huge performance the other night against the Chargers, as another newcomer to this Dolphins team also had herself a great game, though she is a sophomore for CSI.
Yeah, maybe she's technically a rookie, though. They didn't play last year. We'll have to check with the ECC how they award the winners. But Gia Esposito, she's been incredible so far this season. 18 more points in that game off the bench, 4 from 8 for 3-point range. So she's going to continue to stroke that hot hand and look for the 3-pointers.
The Dolphins against the Chargers back last week on Wednesday night only scored 14 points in the paint and turned the basketball over 20 times in that game. So, Nick, how can the Dolphins try and turn that around, as this team has been relying heavily on their outside shooting so far this year?
Yeah, no doubt about it. That game against New Haven, they were not great in the paint, and when they decided to go to the paint or force an inbound pass, it was a turnover, or, of course, they were traveling again. So they need to clean those things up. Dolphins have had issues inbounding the ball this season, and the outlet passes have been an issue as well. And, of course, the travels have been a big problem. And when you're turning the ball over 20 times a game, it's going to lead to a lot of points for the opposition. So they need to be more smart and take care of the ball. Maybe calm things down a little bit. Don't look to press right away on the offensive attack with the outlet passes. Take your time. The Dolphins are best when they are moving the ball around the perimeter, looking for the open shooter.
Well, I mentioned it during our previous broadcast. The Dolphins have fallen victim to several prolonged scoring droughts, and once again, that was the case against the University of New Haven back last week. The Dolphins in that game went nearly the entire fourth quarter without making more than one field goal. They may have registered one make down the stretch of that quarter, but it was a very tough fourth quarter for the College of Staten Island. And I think that's a product of the Dolphins relying so heavily on their outside shooting. I mentioned it, only 14 points in the paint for the College of Staten Island against the Chargers. They will look to turn that around tonight. But right now, Nick, we will turn our attention to CSI's opponent coming into tonight's game. Nyack College enters tonight's game looking for their first victory of the season after an 0-2 start. And Nick, I think we will have to step aside for just a moment and take a quick break, as we may be having some technical issues back behind the bleachers. So Nick and I will step aside for just a moment. When we come back, we will have more pregame coverage ahead of this matchup between the College of Staten Island and Nyack College.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And welcome back inside the tank. This is CSI Sportsnet coverage of CSI Dolphins basketball live on the ECC network. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst. And we do apologize as they were looking for some documents around our broadcast desk. So Nick
Looking
and I,
for that golden egg.
the golden egg, that's right, Nick. WWE fans may understand that reference, but they got the documentation they needed, and we are back here on the ECC network. So, Nick, before we headed to break, we were about to turn our attention to CSI's opponent for tonight's game, Nyack College. They dropped their last game against Mansfield, and they are coming into the tank looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, rough 59-50 loss, and unfortunately for them, they just couldn't get it going, but a key player for them is Sarah Wilson, 13.6 rebounds and 9 assists in one game played so far this season. So she's going to be the crucial player here for the Dolphins to lock down on. And, of course, for Nyack, that's who they're going to looking to primarily for the offense.
And Sarah Wilson had herself a great night against Mansfield, had 13.6 rebounds and 9 assists in that game. And also, Naya Lariosa, another key player on this team for the Warriors, is averaging 7.5 points and 7.5 rebounds on the season. So 2 names the Dolphins will have to watch out for tonight against the team that against Mansfield did not take care of the basketball.
Yeah, Joe. We talked about it before. The Dolphins, 20 turnovers, which is horrible. 27 turnovers for Nyack against Mansfield. When you turn the ball over that much, I mean, you're getting that's half your possessions or turnovers essentially, and it's going to be very rough to win when that happens.
So the Dolphins come into tonight's game looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. The Warriors in search of their first win. When Nick and I come back on the other side of this break, coverage of Dolphins Warriors live on the ECC network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the ring cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tight.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Story of New York, number 14, Lizzie LaFaro.
Hey, what's up, Dolphin swimming and diving fans? This is Coach Acolytus here. Sending you this message to hopefully get the word out that we're doing a Giving Tuesday on November 30th. All the proceeds are going to come right back to the respective teams that you donate to. So my alumni, my family, my friends, and supporters of the swimming and diving team, please donate. We're looking to fundraise for some extra training equipment that's going to help us during the year when we taper and rest and hopefully go some best times at the end of the season. So all your support is greatly appreciated. I thank you ahead of time, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of those names come in. Go Dolphins.
In a positive manner. Profanity, racist, sexist.
And welcome back inside the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island. The College of Staten Island about to take on Nyack College in a non-conference matchup. And with tip-off about to take place very quickly, my broadcast partner Nick Durst has the starting lineup for both teams.
For Nyack College, number 3, Amani Leviton. Number 4, Carly Bolivar. Number 11, Raquel Crook-Losada. Number 12, Naya Lariosa. And number 34, Mariah Witz for the Dolphins. Number 2, Ashley Lambert. Number 3, Noemi Masinge. Number 13, Jenelise Arakan. Number 14, Lizzie LaFaro. Number 15, Christina Arvello.
And we are underway from the College of Staten Island. First possession belongs to Nyack College. This is Bolivar with it, working against LaFaro. Passes out of a double team. Leviton, right wing. Inside now at the free throw line is Lariosa. She feeds it down underneath. The Dolphins swarm, and on the kick out, it is Carly Bolivar with the first basket of the game from downtown.
Carly Boulevard is happy to be on the Boulevard. Welcome to Victory Boulevard. No problem for her there with the three-point shot to get the Warriors on the board here.
This is Lambert, right corner three, and that one is too long. Rebound goes to the Warriors. Bolivar on the season had not connected on a three-pointer until that last attempt. And that shot too strong inside by Witz. She was wide open, and the second attempt is rebounded by the Dolphins.
Mariah at her wit's end there in disbelief. Two open free layup attempts, no good for her.
Good head fake by Masinge, and she finishes the drive.
Masinge showing off the nice move there, laying it up and in.
Nicely done by Masinge. Dolphins now trail by a point. This is Lariosa driving toward the baseline, feeds it inside to Witz, and once again she can't finish. Second attempt on the hook shot is good.
If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again. Witz makes it in on her fourth attempt early on in this game.
It's a 1-for-4 start from the floor for Witz, but her team leading 5-2 early in the first. This is Arvello, and she finishes the tough floater in traffic.
Arvello, mostly known for being a spot-up shooter there, making a nice move into traffic and floating it in.
Arvello has struggled from the field early this season, and if you're a member of this Dolphins coaching staff, you like to see her find the mark early. And an offensive foul is the call against Leviton.
Leviton with the charge there. Good job by the Dolphins to draw that charge. And we'll have our first substitution of the game.
Coming on to the floor for the Warriors is Sarah Wilson. We mentioned her during the pregame. Big performance for her in the Warriors' last game against Mansfield. This is Lambert on the right wing. Cross-court pass to Lizzie LaFaro for three, and she knocks it down.
Lizzie for three.
LaFaro connecting on the left wing three-pointer to put the Dolphins in front by 2. CSI's first lead of the game. This is Witz. Kick out. Lariosa on the jump shot. That one is off and rebounded by Alarcon.
The first of who knows how many rebounds in this game for Alarcon. As mentioned in the pregame, the ECC Rookie of the Week after her great performance last week.
And that attempted pass inside to LaFaro is knocked away and stolen by the Warriors, and Nyack will look to slow things down a bit. Ball now inside. Double teamed is Lariosa, and she draws the foul.
Warriors will head to the line here after the first foul of the game.
And we will have wholesale substitutions coming onto the floor. 3 Warriors on. Jordan Rivera, one of those. Along with Lucia Serrano. I believe there was one more Warrior who checked into the game. Thought I saw 3 players come off the bench anyway. Might have just been 2.
Well, Jordan Rivera came in. We know Wilson came in before.
About that last horn, 2 Warriors coming in, and those were Rivera and Serrano. Second free throw, no good. A 1 of 2 trip to the line, and Dolphins lead 7-6. And once again, a reckless pass by the Dolphins is stolen. This is Leviton kicking out. Warriors swing it into the right corner. Back up top with Wilson. Wilson uses the screen and is picked up by Alarcon. 15 to shoot. Wilson inside for Lariosa. Step back jumper on the baseline is good.
Beautiful job there, Lariosa, to step back and use all of her height there for an easy open shot.
A nice looking mid-range step back by Lariosa, and that three-pointer by LaFaro rims out. And wide open on the break there is Lariosa running back the other way, and no Dolphin marking her up the floor.
Lariosa, back-to-back points. Need to get somebody on her. especially in transition.
This is Lambert. Right corner three is rejected by Lariosa.
Well, Naya Lariosa, she's not like most girls. 2 quick scores and a big block, and her reward for that is she'll head to the bench, and Kelsey McCaskill will check in for the first time tonight.
So after back-to-back baskets and a block, Lariosa heads to the bench. As Nick mentioned, McCaskill onto the floor. That is Arvello, who sees her three-pointer off the mark, off of the back iron, and it is rebounded by the Warriors. Chance of defense from the Fanatics, seated behind the Dolphins bench. Ball now in the left corner. That is McCaskill for three. It's short, but rebounded by Wilson. She'll try the wide-open mid-range jumper, and that one's off the back rim, no good.
Well, you can always guarantee, Joe, the Fanatics are going to bring it. Their fins are up, and as this game progresses, they'll get more and more into it and make some noise.
This is Lambert, right wing jumper for two, and that one also off the mark. And Nick, we do plan on debuting some new Fanatics gear. I did see the design of those T-shirts. It's really an awesome design. Maybe you and I can get one for a pregame show, but much more to come from the Fanatics this season.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if they have a president of their club. We can ultimately get an interview with one of them one day.
I think right now it is Athletic Director TJ Tibbs commandeering the Fanatics. But with that last horn comes our first media timeout, and with that, Nick and I will take a quick break. When we come back, Dolphins trail 10-7 in the first quarter.
Hello, esports fans. My name is Alberto Sanchez, and I'm the esports coordinator here at the College of Staten Island. Tuesday, November 30th is Giving Tuesday. All proceeds that you give on Giving Tuesday will go directly to any program you support. The esports program is looking to build the esports room here on the College of Staten Island, and all donations will go directly towards that if you use the esports link. Go Dolphins.
Say something.
And we are back from the tank. Dolphins trailing by 3 early in this game. 4:40 remaining on the clock in the first quarter. Nick, what have you seen from these two teams early in this game?
Well, right off the bat, Lariosa has been tremendous for the Warriors, running in transition, taking the open shot in the basket, and a block as well. LaFaro had that nice three early on, of course, and Arvello had a nice move on the baseline in traffic. Dolphins here have missed a few shots, specifically Lambert, but got to keep shooting those because eventually shooters make those shots, and G. Esposito is in the game for the first time here tonight for the Dolphins.
Instant offense off the Dolphins bench has been what we've seen from Esposito so far this year. As this is Arvello, open corner three, nothing but net from Christina Arvello.
Nice and smooth there from Arvello. Good ball movement there for the Dolphins to overcome the Warriors' full court press, or trap as you can call it. Arvello wide open in the corner makes it.
Well, I mentioned Arvello's shooting woes earlier. She had opened the season 3 of 21 from the floor, is quickly 2 of 3 with that last three-pointer. This is Leviton into the corner for Bolivar. Back out to Leviton, 5 to shoot. Kick out. McCaskill over the outstretched arm of Esposito, no good. And the Dolphins appear to touch it last, and it will remain Warriors basketball.
And, well, the substitution, as Wilson had briefly checked out, and she is back in the game for the Warriors.
Very short stint on the bench for Sarah Wilson. She is second on this Nyack team in minutes per game, as we have a traveling call along the baseline. That one went against Jordan Rivera.
First travel of the night. We'll keep a monitor on that, as travels have been a big factor in all of the Dolphins games so far this season.
Esposito double-teamed across center court. This is Masinge in the corner. She finds Arvello. Arvello drives baseline, was initially trapped, and Alarcon lost the ball on the pass from Arvello. This is Wilson. Wilson sends it into the corner. Now Leviton drives. Step back, and she is fouled by Noemi and Masinge.
Well, let's take a look at that one, Joe. as the Fanatics thought perhaps that was all ball, but we'll take a look right now.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
It was close.
The Fanatics might be a bit biased. They certainly weren't happy with the call. You don't say. They aren't wearing those Fanatics T-shirts yet. A lot of them in their traditional street clothes. Is that free throw by Leviton no good off the back rim?
Yeah, with Black Friday coming up, what better gift to give your loved one than a Fanatics T-shirt?
You can check out the official CSI Dolphins store on our website. If you visit csidolphins.com on our homepage, there is a slider with a link to our sideline store where you can customize CSI Dolphins gear. Though we do encourage our viewers who are able to participate in Giving Tuesday, those links will be open, I believe, a week early ahead of Giving Tuesday on November 30th. But we'll talk more about that later, as Esposito's three is too long, rebounded by Alarcon, who is rejected inside. Here come the Warriors. Nyack leading by 1. Just over 2:40 to play in the first. This is Lariosa inside. She is double-teamed, and a nice play there by Kaya Johnson to knock the ball off of Lariosa.
Good defense there by the Dolphins. And what's interesting, Joe, is the Warriors coach is just fully on the court, and the referee's telling him now, you got to stay off the court. You got to get back. But that whole possession there for the Warriors, he was almost at the three-point line.
That's Rashidi Akins patrolling the sideline for Nyack College. His team leading by 1. This is LaFaro. Kick into the corner, and that is too high for a wide-open Christina Arvelo.
Pass goes right in the stands there, and an unfortunate turnover for the Dolphins, as it would have led to another open shot from Arvelo.
And the Warriors continue to cycle players in and out of the game. Josie DePool getting her first action of the night, but I took a look at the numbers for this Warriors team, and no player averaging more than 33 and a half minutes as DePool wastes no time putting one up from the corner, and she knocks down the three.
Warriors here have been capitalizing on their open looks from three-point range.
This is Arvelo once again open in the right corner. That three-pointer was halfway down, and on the putback, Alarcon is rejected again.
Second time in a row, Alarcon gets a big offensive rebound only to be rejected.
Less than 2 minutes to play in quarter number 1. As we have an offensive foul called, and I think that was called away from the ball.
Well, the Dolphins have done a good job of drawing the fouls here in the first quarter.
That's my mistake. The foul was on Wilson. Dolphins substitution as well at that last horn. Lizzie LaFaro heading to the Dolphins bench. Ashley Lambert back in. This is Johnson on the drive, and I think Lariosa might have gotten a piece, but that was a wild shot by Johnson. Corner three once again by DePool is good, and Josie DePool quickly 2 for 2 off the Nyack bench.
DePool, splash. Nothing but water there. She's wet right now from three-point range. The shots are falling right now.
This is Esposito into the corner. Lambert, open three is short. And McCaskill grabs the rebound. That one nearly got away from the Warriors, but it's tracked down. And Nyack can go 2 for 1.
Rashidi Akins is going wild right now for Nyack on the sidelines.
37 seconds to go in the first. This is DePool. Crossover to her left. Rivera. And she nearly traveled as the Dolphins have the last shot if they want it. And CSI with another turnover.
As I mentioned in the pregame, Joe, the Dolphins need to be patient and not look for those long passes in transition. Lambert saw one of her teammates up ahead, and her pass gets picked off. Now the Warriors have the last shot here to close out the first quarter.
Each team with 4 turnovers in the quarter. 2 seconds remaining. Rivera will try the three, and that one a brick that will send us into the second. Our score after one, Nyack College 17, the College of Staten Island 10. When we come back, more NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage on the ECC Network.
Hey, baseball alum, how you doing? Coach Morrow here. I need a favor. So come November 30th, Giving Tuesday, I need you guys to kind of chip in and help us with our spring training trip to Myrtle Beach. All of you know how much fun that is, and I just need your help to kind of donate. So if you jump online for Giving Tuesday and whatever you can give, whether it's $20, $30, $40, that would be great. If you want to give more, that's totally up to you. But whatever you do, all that money is going to help us big time. And you know the legacy about spring training. The Myrtle Beach trip is the staple of this program, and I want to keep it going. But we need your help. So if you can give, that would be great. I appreciate it. And I miss all my alum. I miss you guys. The door's always open for you. We'll talk soon. Thanks.
And we are back from the tank. The Dolphins trailing by 7 after 1. And right now, the Dolphins only shooting 4 of 14 from the floor. For the Warriors, a 6 of 14 start, including 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Nick, how can the Dolphins slow down this Nyack offense?
Well, Joe, I think you could slow down the Nyack offense by converting on your offensive attempts. 10 missed shots in the first quarter, looking to press the ball, leading to turnovers, travels, and even when they are getting the offensive rebounds, the Dolphins, they're getting stuffed, and that's unfortunate. So if the Dolphins could hit some shots here, I think that'll certainly be the best recipe or the best defense to slow down the Nyack offense.
Well, I said it before, right ahead of the break, out of the first quarter, both teams had 4 turnovers in that opening quarter, but the Dolphins' turnovers mostly were completely unforced errors on ill-advised entry passes, and then on the fast break there to bring the first quarter to a close. So if the Dolphins can clean that issue up, they should put themselves in a much better position here in the second. And you also said it, Nick, off of offensive boards, the Dolphins not getting quality shot attempts. Alarcon rejected a couple of times. So the Dolphins need to make something of those second opportunities as we have another Dolphins turnover, this time on a travel.
Well, Joe, it's definitely not the start to the second quarter that head coach Nicole Sarcone wanted for her squad.
A very sloppy start to this game for the Dolphins. Only 10 points on the board through the first 10 minutes plus, and the Warriors with a chance here to extend their lead to double figures. This is a wide-open Rivera in the corner for 3. That one a bit short, rebounded by Lambert. Here comes Esposito on the break. She takes it to the rim, and that was partially blocked by Lariosa. This is Lambert. Mid-range pull-up. No good.
Open shot, open look there for Lambert. Fortunately, it just did not fall.
Dolphins have had some quality looks so far in this game, but credit to the Warriors. They've done a great job closing out on open shooters as well. This is McCaskill out to DePool. And McCaskill has it once again. 10 to shoot for Nyack. This is Wilson using the Lariosa screen. 5 to shoot. Step back 3 by Wilson. A bit long, and she grabs her own rebound. Jump ball is the call, and possession will stay with the Warriors.
Nice job there by Wilson to follow up on her 3 and get her own rebound.
The Warriors continuing to cycle players in and out of the game as DePool and Wilson head back to the bench. Raquel Crook-Lasada, one of the 2 Warriors to check in. Mariah Witz, the second. This is McCaskill driving toward the rim, goes up with the left hand, and there's a nice left-handed scoop layup by Kelsey McCaskill.
Nice job there by McCaskill to go across the lane and lay it up and in with the left hand.
Nyack now leading by 9. This is Arvello, top of the arc. Open 3-pointer is way off and rebounded by Bolivar.
Yeah, Joe, if the Dolphins aren't able to start scoring here, things could get out of hand here rather quickly.
That was an open mid-range attempt by Lariosa. Rebounded by CSI. Here come the Dolphins. This is Arvello. Kick out to Johnson. Wide open free throw line jumper. Once again, way off.
Right now, Joe, it just seems like the Dolphins are forcing their shots. There's not much touch to them. I think there needs to be a little more ball movement if possible.
The Dolphins have had some good open looks in the second quarter, but have not been able to convert, as Lariosa, with the second attempt off the offensive rebound, was off the mark, and good defense there by Johnson, harassing her following the offensive board. That will earn Dolphins the possession off of a jump ball call, and Lambert and Johnson head to the bench. Plamenco and LaFaro into the game for CSI. This is Arvello. Now LaFaro out to Plamenco with the open three, and that one is perfect.
Beautiful tic-tac-toe ball movement there. Plamenco wide open off the pass, and it all started with her initial pass over to Arvello. She eventually gets it back, wide open, knocks down the three. Big shot there for the Dolphins and Plamenco.
Perhaps Plamenco can be the spark off the bench the Dolphins have been looking for, as once again finishing inside is Lariosa.
Lariosa there, just too much height for Arvello to handle.
Esposito short on the three. Once again, an offensive rebound by Alarcon is wasted by the Dolphins as Esposito traveled.
Another travel, Joe. It's how so many of these offensive possessions get killed for the Dolphins this season.
Dolphins have 4 offensive rebounds in the game. The Warriors with 7. Nyack leading by 8. They have possession, and going back to that offensive rebounding tally for just a second, the Warriors turning their offensive rebounds into 4 second chance points. The Dolphins without any second chance points in this game. And there's offensive rebound number 8 by Lariosa off the missed three-pointer, and she will head back to the line for 2.
Lariosa has been a force on the glass and scoring as well here for the Warriors.
Her first personal foul. First team foul.
Two coming up from the line for Lariosa. The first is perfect. 8 offensive boards for Nyack College, and 3 of those belong to Lariosa, who goes 1 for 2 from the stripe, but Witz grabs the offensive board. That's offensive board number 9, and there's 3 more second chance points for the Warriors as Amani Levitan knocks down the 3.
Left foot, right foot, levitating Levitan there, wide open, and drains that one.
And another pass too high for an open Dolphin. This time it was Plamenco on the wing, and she could not keep it in bounds. The Dolphins continuing to pile up the turnovers here. That last one for CSI was number 7.
And Sarcone off that called a much-needed timeout. Hopefully the Dolphins here are able to regroup after this break.
CSI trailing by 12, and we will take a quick break here on the ECC Network. When we come back, more NCAA Division II women's basketball.
What's going on, Fin Nation? This is Brendan Guzman, your head women's soccer coach here at College of Staten Island. On November 30th, we have our Day of Giving. All proceeds and donations go directly to the sport or to the department of your choosing. We appreciate all your support, and we hope to see your donation on November 30th. Thank you.
And we're back from the tank. Dolphins trailing by 12 with just about 6 minutes to play in the second quarter, and it has been a struggle for CSI in quarter number 2 as the Warriors have another open three-pointer, and once again it is Amani Levitan from beyond the arc.
Levitan back-to-back threes, both daggers early in the first game here, early in the game here for the Dolphins.
A 15-point lead for the Warriors, and The bench for Nyack goes wild on that charging call against the Dolphins. Lizzie LaFaro picks up the foul. That will be her first. And the Warriors now with a chance to extend their lead past 15.
Rashidi Atkins and his bench going absolutely bonkers for that turnover.
And there's a deep two-pointer by Mariah Witz, and the bank is open for Witz and her team right now as they lead by 17 points. And the Dolphins nearly throwing the ball away again, and there's another CSI turnover. On the break, it is Leviton who can't convert the wide-open layup. Back-to-back shots from over 20 feet away, can't convert from 2 feet away, but yet again the Dolphins cough it up as that's another ill-advised pass by CSI.
Back-to-back turnovers here. The team's trading turnovers.
Alarcon is whistled for the foul. That will be her first and the team's third.
Dolphins foul, number 13, Genovese Alarcon, her first personal foul.
CSI really struggling right now in all aspects of the game, not taking care of the basketball, not hitting open shots. And on the boards, it has been all Nyack so far. And if you're the Dolphins, hopefully you can make some adjustments out of this timeout and get back into the game. But for Nick and I, it will be another quick break. When we come back, CSI trailing by 17 points.
Hi guys, Coach Garfalo here, the head softball coach at the College of Staten Island. We're looking for any little donations to help our softball program for our spring break trip to Florida. On November 30th, it's the Giving Tuesday. Please help support the athletic program and the softball team. Fins up.
And we are back here from the tank, and as you have seen during our last several commercial breaks, our CSI Dolphins coaches have been making appeals for donations on the upcoming Giving Tuesday, which will take place on Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. And
exactly a week from today, Joe.
1 week from today, and we do encourage all who are able to make some donations to help support our various programs here at the College of Staten Island. If you visit the link shown in the commercials, you can choose to donate to the program of your choice, and one of those is our Sports Information Department, a part of Giving Tuesday for the first time, but we will talk more about that later in the broadcast as we have a traveling call against the Warriors, and with that Nyack turnover, it will be Dolphins basketball. But
this is a good time to remind everybody to keep it locked here on the ECC Network or CSI Sportsnet, wherever you're watching, for the rest of the night, because we have men's basketball coming up right after this. And we've been promised at some point between these two broadcasts that interim athletic director TJ Tibbs will be joining us to discuss Giving Tuesday.
TJ, always a great interview, and we look forward to our discussion with him as the Dolphins commit yet another turnover. And I think that is their 10th. Yep, that makes 10. Dolphins really struggling right now. It's been a while since they registered a made field goal as well.
Hard for them right now to generate any offense.
Dolphins' last made basket came about 3.5 minutes ago. It was a Lola Plamenco made three. Swarming defense here by CSI. 4 to shoot for the Warriors, and that shot way short by Leviton. And the Dolphins may have gotten away with a push-off, but CSI commits turnover number 11. Lambert commits the foul. That's her first.
Well, all you really need to know right now about the way the Warriors are playing in this quarter, Joe, is they have not committed a foul, and yet they have many turnovers that they have forced. So very impressive to force many turnovers without committing any fouls.
I'm trying to get a look, but I think it's 3 or 4 consecutive possessions with a turnover for the Dolphins. As we have another traveling call, this time against Nyack.
Our colleague, Sal Caruso, doing a great job with the live stats. And we have, of course, our great engineer, Nick Pavona, with us as well, doing a great job with the replays.
It has been 6 straight possessions with a turnover for the Dolphins, as this is Arvelo trying to chase that one down on the floor. Dolphins do come away with the ball. And it will be another Dolphins turnover, but with a blocked three-pointer, the consecutive possessions with a turnover streak finally comes to an end.
Well, Joe, I think they just need to do a better job here when moving the ball around. Maybe not continuing to try to shove it into the paint and work it around the perimeter some more.
Well, nothing has gone right for the Dolphins to this point. Only 3 points in this quarter, as we have a 3-second violation called against Nyack. So the Dolphins beginning to force some turnovers at this end of the floor, but at the offensive end, they have had nothing going so far.
Going into half here, I think the Dolphins need to at least go in by down 13, which is crazy to say, but if you go down more than 15, it's going to be tough to come back in the second half.
One small run here could get the Dolphins back to within 10, and that will certainly help them achieve that, as Ashley Lambert is fouled, and she will head to the line for 2.
Lambert with the chance here to cut the Warriors' lead in half.
First team foul.
Lambert looking for her first points, and she is on the board with that made free throw. And it has been quite some time since the Dolphins scored. It has been exactly 4 minutes and 53 seconds ahead of that made free throw since the Dolphins' last points, and they only have one made field goal in the second quarter. As that three-pointer is good, Raquel Crook-Lasada from downtown, and the Warriors answer right back at the other end.
Warriors doing a fantastic job shooting the three-pointer today.
They have been on the mark from three-point range in this game. The Dolphins have not. 6 of 13 from downtown for Nyack College to this point. The Dolphins only 3 of 12.
And Joe, that's 18 points on the threes and pretty much the difference in the score right now.
You're right about that, Nick, as once again wide open for 3 is Crook-Lasada, but that shot from the corner no good.
As LaFara loses her shoe on that rebound.
Her team was running the break, but Dolphins do pull it back out. This is Masinghe on the drive. Plamenko from the corner. Lambert nearly stripped. Back to Plamenko. Corner three-pointer, just too long, and rebounded by Bolivar.
Tough look there. She took the shot from under the rim, so have to really arc it there to score from that corner shot.
This is Bolivar on the drive. Runner is no good as Bolivar commits the offensive foul. Good defensive play there by Noemia Masinghe to draw the charge. And for the Dolphins, Jenelise Alarcon and Gia Esposito check back in. For the Warriors, Kelsey McCaskill re-enters the game. 1:20 on the clock as some music began to play, but we put an end to that.
Is Becky over there on the music?
I don't think so, Nick, as Christina Arvelo is off on the three-pointer, and with 1 minute to play in quarter number 2, the Dolphins are trailing by 18 points. So far this year, it has been 3 thrillers from the tank for this women's basketball team. Not off to a good start tonight, as that three-pointer is no good. The putback is also no good. Second attempt off an offensive board, and that was partially blocked and rebounded by the Dolphins. Ashley Lambert is fouled underneath, but that is only the third team foul for Nyack.
40 seconds here left in the quarter, Joe. We'll see if the Dolphins look to take this as down as much as they can on the clock.
Well, if CSI really looked to push, they had a chance for a 2-for-1, but they will run their half-court offense as that one is knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. 20 to shoot for CSI, 29.1 on the game clock. This is Arvelo Over to Esposito, inside to LaFaro. LaFaro bounce pass to Alarcon. Kick out to Lambert, and Lambert was open, but that pass off the mark. Esposito with 5 to shoot, takes the mid-range pull-up. And that pull-up no good. Alarcon nearly stripped the ball away from Rivera. 6 seconds left for the Warriors. Rivera over into the corner. Crook Lasada's 3 off the back rim, no good. And that will bring the first half to a close. CSI trailing at the halftime break, 33-15. We will see if we get a guest for a halftime interview. That is unlikely based on what we've had so far this season at the halftime intermission. But Nick and I will wait a few seconds and give you some halftime stats for the Dolphins in the first half. An ugly half shooting. 5 of 25 from the floor, 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. For the Warriors, they finished the half 12 of 33. Not a great close to the second quarter for Nyack, but despite that, their lead is 18 points. They were 6 of 16 from three-point range. And you said it, Nick. Right now, that has been the difference up on the scoreboard. So we will see if the Dolphins can bounce back come the second half, and we will return for the third quarter following our halftime break. Our score, 33-15, when Nick and I come back the second half here on the ECC Network.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Hey, baseball alum, how you doing? Coach Morrow here. I need a favor. So come November 30th, Giving Tuesday, I need you guys to kind of chip in and help us with our spring training trip to Myrtle Beach. All of you know how much fun that is, and I just need your help to kind of donate. So if you jump online for Giving Tuesday and whatever you can give, whether it's $20, $30, $40, that would be great. If you want to give more, that's totally up to you. But whatever you do, all that money is going to help us big time. And you know the legacy about spring training. The Myrtle Beach trip is the staple of this program, and I want to keep it going. But we need your help. So if you can give, that would be great. I appreciate it. And I miss all my alum. I miss you guys. The door's always open for you. We'll talk soon. Thanks.
What's up, Dolphin fans? My name is Joe Masher. I'm the Athletic Communications Coordinator here at the College of Staten Island. To my left is Joe Froman, the voice of everything CSI Dolphins.
Over the years, our CSI Sportsnet broadcast has captured some of our student-athletes' most unforgettable memories. And each year, we look to improve our broadcast available to our student-athletes and their families live on the ECC network. This Giving Tuesday, we're asking for your help to keep making improvements to our broadcast and to continue providing a full video archive of our student-athletes' most unforgettable moments in the pool, on the court, and on the field.
How to donate? Visit www.csidolphinsgiving.com and select sports information. Thank you, Dolphins fans.
And we are back from the tank. It is the start of the second half from the College of Staten Island. Nyack College leading CSI by a score of 33-15 entering the second half. And the fans of the Dolphins, this has to be a very surprising result as CSI has played very tough in each of their first 3 non-conference games of the season. That has not been the case so far as we have a jump ball to open up the second half, and it will be Dolphins basketball.
You know, Joe, what really has kept the Dolphins in a lot of their games during the season has been their free throws. And they just have not gotten to the line too much here today. And that's credit to the Warriors' defense.
Well, neither team has been at the charity stripe much as LaFaro is blocked on the three-pointer, and it is tipped away by the Dolphins. It will be Warriors ball, but you're right, Nick. We mentioned it during the Dolphins' last home game, or perhaps even 2 home games ago, that the only reason CSI was able to stay close through a major scoring drought was by frequenting the free throw line, and they have only attempted 2 free throws in this game. The Warriors have taken 6. On the drive is Crook Lasada, and she finishes off glass.
Crook Lasada had that big three-pointer near the end of the first half and continues her scoring here with a nice 2-pointer. 5 points for her this evening.
Incredibly balanced scoring so far for the Warriors as Arvello banks in a 3 from the corner. And I don't know if you saw the look on her face, Nick, but she appeared disgusted with herself.
Hey, it still counts, right? It's 3 points, 3 more points for her.
For Arvello, that three-pointer is her second of the game, and she comes away with the steal right there, floats one up and in off the backboard, and the Dolphins are back within 15.
And that's her season high so far of points with 10.
With that last make, Arvello has already surpassed her made shot total through the first 3 games. Came in 3 of 21. She's now 4 of 7 in this game. On the inside, that's Witz, and a tough shot is no good. Here comes Arvello. This building coming alive a bit with that last Arvello make, and Ashley Lambert is fouled on a 3-pointer from the corner.
So we'll have 3 free throws here, Joe.
And just like that, the Dolphins have a chance to get back within 12. Lambert from the line this season is 6 of 6, 8 of 8 following 2 makes earlier, and now 9 of 9. Make that 10 of 10 for Lambert from the line, and 11 of 11.
Say if the Dolphins can continue this good start here to the second half. And
Lambert
with
3 perfect free throws.
Yeah, Lambert has been incredible with the free throws all season. And she's just a great shooter. Whenever she's open, especially in the corner, she's going to make those shots.
And there's a nice finish by Sarah Wilson on the drive. And Warriors trying to halt the Dolphins' momentum. Their lead back to 14 points. This is LaFaro, left wing, up top to Arvello. Arvello back to LaFaro, inside to Masinge. She's double-teamed, looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds a cutting Lambert, and once again, Lambert is fouled.
Well, I think a great offensive game plan is get Lambert to the free throw line, Joe.
That method of attack is working out well for the Dolphins so far in this third quarter. And at the halftime break, Dolphins only had 13 points. Make that 15. 33-15 at the break. And the Dolphins now at 25 points, less than 3 minutes into the third quarter. Dolphins back within 12. This is Wilson over a pair of screens. Leviton tried to cut back door. Dolphins defend it nicely. That's Witz on the pull-up, and that one is good.
Witz, no hesitation there when she got open, taking the shot.
A big finish by Wilson and a big shot there by Witz as the Dolphins trying to get on a run will once again get closer in this game. Lizzie LaFaro with the three. Dolphins back to within 11.
Tremendous shot there by Lizzie LaFaro. Dolphins need a big defensive stance here so they can get this game back to under 10.
That's Wilson. Three-pointer short. Rebounded by Alarcon. CSI with a chance to get back to within single digits. They seemed so far away in this game just a couple of minutes ago, but once again, they commit the turnover.
Yeah, that was a Daniel Jones-like pass right there from LaFaro.
That's Crook Lasada for three, and we have a foul underneath as the Warriors went over the back trying to grab that rebound.
3 fouls already here for the Warriors.
Foul number 12, Brianna Moore. First personal foul. First team foul.
Well, they got that backwards on public address. The foul was against the Warriors, and for Lariosa, that was her third. We'll have to make sure they get that right over there at the table. As Arvello kicks out to Lambert. Lambert is double teamed. Alarcon to LaFaro. Back to Alarcon. Now Lambert. Lambert. Kick out. Arvello. Open three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Masinge. Arvello thought about it again. Will kick out to Alarcon. She tries one from the top of the arc. And that rolls off the rim. Jump ball is the call, but it will be Warriors basketball.
Well, unfortunately, the Dolphins there come up empty, but they did a nice job with the ball movement. They got the offensive rebound. Unfortunately, the shot just could not fall for them.
CSI with a pair of open looks on that last possession. Unable to connect on the shot that would have brought them back within 10. This is Wilson with 15 to shoot. Pass to the corner for a wide open Rivera, and that is a great feed from Sarah Wilson.
Rivera wide open there in the corner. Easy shot attempt for her.
We mentioned it during the pregame. Wilson with a 9-assist game the last time out for the Warriors, and she showed off her passing prowess right there as we have a foul before the shot. But that will be the fourth team foul for the Warriors at the halfway point in this third quarter. And I think we're going to have a media timeout here inside of 5 minutes. And the Dolphins know it as the Warriors figure it out and head back to their bench. So Nick and I will take a break. Dolphins trailing by 14, 4:58 to go in the third quarter.
Hi everybody, I'm Coach Ganchemi for the men's and women's cross-country track and field program. On Tuesday, November 30th, CSI is partaking in Giving Tuesday. Every cent will go back to helping our cross-country track and field program. Thank you for all your support.
And we're back from the tank, and as I mentioned earlier in the game, as you've seen during our commercial breaks, we have been airing appeals from our coaches for donations on next week's Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday, an annual campus-wide appeal for donations here at the College of Staten Island and across the country as we ask for your support of our numerous athletic programs as well as our sports information department. If you were tuned in ahead of the third quarter, you saw Joe Masha and I appeal for donations as well, as we hope to continue to make upgrades to our Sportsnet production. And one of those upgrades we are looking to make is a 4K camera. So hopefully we can get a 4K camera involved in our broadcast moving forward. But we hope to do that with your help as the Dolphins turn it over on that inbound. But on Giving Tuesday, you can visit the link that we included in each of our commercials and choose where you want your donations to go, as we thank all of you for your support on the upcoming Giving Tuesday. I believe the link is open now, but donations will be accepted through next Tuesday and perhaps a day or two beyond that as well. More information to come in our interview with TJ Tibbs later in the night. So Nick and I will be joined by the interim director of athletics to discuss Giving Tuesday a bit more and exactly where your donations will be going should you choose to give on our Giving Tuesday next week. But back to the action as the Warriors are in the penalty, and the Dolphins will be right back at the free throw line for two more, trailing by 14 points. And it will be Noemia Masinge to the charity stripe for a pair. And if you're the Warriors, certainly wanted to avoid this situation where the Dolphins are in an early bonus, but Masinge doesn't even hit the rim on that first free throw. Nothing but glass. She will have one more from the line, and the second attempt is good. Dolphins back to within 13 points.
Well, Joe, going back about 45 seconds, the Dolphins continue to have issues when it comes to inbounding the ball under their own basket. It was a turnover for them. Wilson came back in there with a nice pass. The shot was missed, and then the Warriors fouled Masinge.
This is Rivera, and she traveled. No doubt about that one. So the Dolphins, stepping up their defensive intensity, have continued to force turnovers throughout this third quarter. They've also woken up at the offensive end of the floor as well. CSI 3 of 6 from the floor in the third, but you said it, Nick, free throws would be key. CSI 6 of 7 from the free throw line in quarter number 3. That's Masinge, and her three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, Joe, I think at this point now you should begin to attack the rim more, hope to draw a foul.
This is Wilson with 18 on the shot clock. She thought about the pull-up, instead kicks it out to Rivera. This is Wilson with 10 to shoot. Mid-range shot, way too strong. Here comes Gia Esposito. Esposito pulls it back, kick out to Arvello. Wide open three, good! And Christina Arvello is heating up. That is her third from downtown.
Well, Joe, right now she's leading the way offensively for the Dolphins. If someone else could also start knocking down some shots, Dolphins could very well tie this game. Right now down by 10.
And I think we had a timeout from the Nyack bench, and that was Rashidi Akins calling timeout. So with that, we will take a quick break, but in this third quarter, it has been Christina Arvello leading the way for CSI. She now has 13. Her team trailing by 10 when we come back.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And we are back from the tank. Dolphins trailing by 10. But, Nick, the Dolphins have really turned things around in this third quarter, doing a much better job from the field, have stepped up their defensive intensity. What have you seen from the CSI team that you've liked as they are trying to make a comeback late in this game?
Well, I've certainly liked Lambert's free throws. Automatic there. Arvello knocking down the big three-pointers. So continue looking in that direction. And here in the third quarter, in the bonus, certainly look to draw some more fouls and get to the line and tie up this game with the clock stopped.
As play resumes, the Warriors have 10 to shoot. This is Leviton looking to use the width screen. She drives, and her layup is good. A tough shot by Amani Leviton.
Nice job there in order to make that play there by Leviton in traffic. And was able
Warriors
to make it.
back in front by 12. This is Lizzie LaFaro for three, and that rolls off the rim, rebounded by Alarcon, and her putback is good.
Big job there by Alarcon to get the rebound to ECC Rookie of the Week.
This is Leviton on the pull-up, and that's an air ball.
See if the Dolphins get this lead down to single digits here on this possession.
Feed inside to Alarcon, and she finishes off glass. That's a great feed from Lizzie LaFaro.
Tremendous feed there by LaFaro. Alarcon under the basket, able to lay that in. And Joe, we have an 8-point game here with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Here come the Dolphins, as their deficit is 8. CSI a plus 10 in this third quarter. On the drive, it is Bolivar, and she finishes as she gets the friendly roll.
Dolphins cannot allow Carly Bolivar to shred through the zone defense like that. It was too easy for her in that attempt.
That's a big basket for Nyack, as Alarcon will drive, and she drew a foul on her way to the rim, but CSI remains in the bonus for the next 135, and with that foul, Jenelise Alarcon will head to the line.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay here of that nice job there by Alarcon off the LaFaro feed before to lay it in.
Before that last make by Alarcon, only 2 Dolphins had more than one made shot. Of course, one is Christina Arvello, who leads the team with 13, but Lizzie LaFaro was the only other Dolphin with more than one made field goal before Alarcon finished that layup.
Alarcon only able to go 1 for 2 there from the line, unfortunately.
The one made free throw pulls CSI back to within 9 points, as we have a double dribble called against Kelsey McCaskill, and the Dolphins will inbound, trailing by just 9 points. This is Arvello to Johnson. Johnson back to Arvello. Arvello nearly lost it, and she's stripped. Here come the Warriors. Esposito trailing on the play, and she fouled Leviton.
Poor job there by the Dolphins offensively after the double dribble by the Warriors, and unable to capitalize offensively as the ball is given right back to the Warriors, and ultimately Esposito has to foul on the fast break, and the Warriors head to the free throw line here.
Leviton to the line for 2, and the first one is good.
As she points to the Fanatics after that made shot.
Fanatics certainly get the student athletes out on the court engaged a bit.
And she points again. I like it.
Warriors going back to a bit of a press, but not too aggressive, as the Dolphins will have 22 to shoot, 1 minute to play in the quarter. This is Masinghe on the drive, and she is fouled.
Masinghe, 1 for 2 from the line. Her last attempt from the charity stride. Looking to make both of the shots upcoming here.
Two shots for Masinghe at the line. A chance to pull the Dolphins back to within 9 points again.
Crucial to make these free throws here.
First free throw from Masinghe is good. One more to come. Dolphins back within 10. 55.8 on the clock. And Masinghe goes 1 of 2 from the line, but the rebound is tipped to Gia Esposito. Dolphins get 20 to shoot. This is Alarcon. Bounce pass to Masinghe, and she spins out of a triple team and will head right back to the line.
Good job there by the Dolphins to get the rebound off the missed free throw there. And Masinghe now back at the line once again, looking to make the lead only a single-digit one for the Warriors.
It was all Warriors on the glass in the first half, but the Dolphins have done a much better job rebounding the ball here in half number 2. as the first free throw from Masinge is good. Masinge's second free throw also good. 2 for 2 from the line for Noemi and Masinge, and the Dolphins are back to within 8 again. This is Bolivar over to Cook-Lasada. Bolivar gets it right back, and she is fouled attacking the rim.
So overall here, the quarter's not over, but a good job by the Dolphins to get back into this one. And we'll see if they're going to go into the fourth quarter with a double-digit deficit or a single-digit one.
Foul was charged to Noemi and Masinge. That was her third. Naya Lariosa checked back into the game when Masinge was at the line, and she also has 3 fouls. Bolivar's first free throw is good. Amani Leviton waiting to check in at the scorer's table. Second free throw from Bolivar also good. Warriors back in front by 10.
Dolphins here. We'll see if they go in an attack or if they take their time to get, well, never mind.
Well, there's a very poor inbounds pass as it is stolen by the Warriors, and that's a tough foul call against the Dolphins, as it looked like Lambert had a clean strip there, but that's a very poor inbounds pass by the Dolphins.
Joe, it's been an issue all season. The Dolphins just cannot inbound the ball if there's any sort of defense in their face.
CSI just giving away possessions off of inbounds passes, and you said it, Nick, it's been a recurring issue. The Warriors have the last shot if they want it. Only about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. This is Wilson guarded by Johnson. She drives and kicks it back up top. 10 to shoot as Wilson has it back. And the Dolphins come away with the steal. Johnson all alone, and she will blow the layup in transition, as it will be Dolphins ball with 1 second left. But, Nick, we just spoke about it. The Dolphins giving away possession. Right there, they gave away 2 points.
Easy 2 points, Joe. Going into the fourth down 8 instead of 10. It was a huge difference. We'll see if they're even able to get up a shot here off the inbound or if we get another turnover.
Ashley Lambert will be the inbounder for CSI. 1 second on the clock. And Esposito will try the three, and that's an air ball to bring the third quarter to a close. And after 3, our score, the Warriors 50 and the Dolphins 40. CSI will look to complete the comeback when we return after this break.
Hey Dolphin family, this is Coach Stardy from the men's soccer team. Coming up November 30th, Giving Tuesday. All donations will go directly back to our programs to help benefit our student-athlete experiences. We would really appreciate your support. Go Dolphins.
Stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Start of the fourth quarter from the College of Staten Island. Nyack College leading CSI 50-40. But the Dolphins have trimmed what was an 18-point halftime deficit down to 10 entering quarter number 4. 15 to shoot for the Dolphins. This is Lambert on the drive, and she is whistled for the offensive foul.
Tough call there, but probably the right one. Lambert not happy with that one.
That's a huge call, as instead of CSI trailing by 8 and heading to the line for one more, their deficit remains 10, and it will be Nyack basketball. Wilson will bring it up for the Warriors. Her team leading by 10. This is Witz. Now Leviton. This is Rivera, left wing. Her pass inside for Witz was off target and stolen by Arvello, who is down on the floor, but she gets it back to LaFaro, and here comes Arvello. Arvello into the corner for Esposito. Three-pointer, too long, and rebounded by Wilson.
Well, Joe, the Dolphins, they played an inspiring quarter of basketball on the third. Need to keep that same mindset here in the fourth and limit the Warriors offensively.
CSI whistled for the foul right there, as it was Esposito charged with the foul. That is her second, but like you said, Nick, the Dolphins playing inspired basketball in the third. If you're a fan of this CSI team, you have to like what you saw from CSI in quarter number 3, but it might just be too little too late, as the Warriors came out strong, and when the Dolphins pulled back to within single digits, Nyack was able to put a halt to the Dolphins' run, and they commit a turnover there ahead of the inbounds pass. An offensive foul was the call against Nyack, so CSI inbounds, but the Warriors have been the more consistent team in this game. The Dolphins turned it up in the third, and we will see if there is enough time left for CSI to complete the comeback. This is Johnson, out to LaFaro. Arvello, open corner three, too long.
Dolphins, if they want to complete the comeback here, only 8.5 minutes left. Need to make every possession count. When they get the open looks, they have to make the shots.
Every open shot, like that last one, is big at this point in the game, under 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth. This is Leviton, 10 to shoot. Now Rivera. And we have an offensive foul called, as it looked like Lucia Serrano was standing still, but I think she was called for the foul, and she was.
2 fouls apiece here. Less than 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. We'll see if free throws play a key role here down the stretch.
That foul is Serrano's third. If I'm not mistaken, she's hardly played. As the Dolphins once again facing pressure. Here comes Arvello up to Alarcon, and Alarcon just lost the ball.
A lot of turnovers for the Dolphins, Joe.
Alarcon fumbled the bounce pass from Arvello, and there was nothing wrong with that pass. As the Dolphins now have 18 turnovers. There's a corner three by Leviton, and it rims out. And we have another foul against the Warriors.
Over the back, perhaps?
Had to be on the rebound, and
Warriors foul number 12, Nia Lariosa.
That's Lariosa's fourth.
13 foul.
3 fouls now for the Warriors here. Dolphins 2 away from being in the bonus.
And you could hear Rashidi Akins from the Nyack bench saying, we must rebound. And in this game early, it was all Warriors on the glass. The Dolphins have closed that gap a bit, as Esposito can't finish the layup, but on the follow, Jenalise Alarcon finishes off glass, and she will head to the line for one more.
Chance here for the Dolphins to cut it to 7 as we take a look at the replay quickly. What a nice job there by Alarcon to take the contact, lay it up and in, hit the M1 opportunity, and Warriors now 1 foul away from being in the penalty with plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter.
For Alarcon, that last rebound pulled CSI to within 1 total rebound of the Warriors' total. Nyack leads in that department 30-29, but in the game for Alarcon, she now has 11 rebounds. 2 points shy of a double-double. That three-pointer by Crook Lasada is good, and After a three-point trip down the floor for the Dolphins, the Warriors have an answer yet again.
Tremendous job there by Crook Lasada. Thought about passing it. She said, I'm open, might as well shoot, and it paid off.
Crook Lasada 2 of 6 from 3 as Lizzie LaFaro can't connect from downtown, and it will remain Dolphins basketball.
Well, Joe, that's a good thing, but this is the exact situation where the Dolphins have struggled with the inbounds.
Johnson will inbound for Alarcon, who grabs her own miss and is tossed down to the floor. And Jenelise back to the line for 2 more as she grabs 2 more rebounds on that possession.
15 foul, Joe. 6 minutes, 56 seconds left. So from here on out, any foul the Warriors commit will send the Dolphins to the line, which is a good thing for them, down 10.
Once again, an early bonus situation for the College of Staten Island, but Alarcon can't capitalize on that first free throw. 1 more to come. Not often you see a bonus situation with 7 minutes to play in the quarter of a women's game as Alarcon goes 0 of 2 from the stripe.
Big missed opportunity there for the Dolphins to score with the clock stopped.
CSI still trailing by 10, and the Warriors perfectly content with a double-digit lead. Will take some time off the clock, and this is Wilson on the drive. That's McCaskill, who is blocked by Esposito, and Alarcon grabs another rebound. Here comes Arvello. Arvello to LaFaro. LaFaro drives baseline, and LaFaro was fouled on the drive. So another trip to the line for CSI. This time Lizzie LaFaro will shoot 2. And if you're the Dolphins, Nick, you can't ask for any more than this right now.
No, but the thing is you have to make these shots. It's crucial here. Dolphins really cannot get this offense going. They keep getting it to 8. Warriors come back, make it a 10-point lead again. It's back to 8, back to 10. So something has to give here soon.
Time is running out on CSI. 6:25 left in the game as LaFaro goes 1 of 2 from the line, and those are misses the Dolphins really can't afford right now. That is Leviton on the drive, and once again she is fouled and will head to the line for a pair.
All right, now the teams are trading free throw attempts. See if the Warriors are able to go 2 from 2 from the line here.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
For the Warriors, Leviton, the only player in double figures. She has 11. They have 2 players with 8, 1 with 7, and 2 with 6. So very balanced scoring for Nyack College so far in this game. And the Dolphins didn't have balanced scoring early, but in that third quarter really got the entirety of their rotation involved well. Everyone who played in that third quarter was able to contribute at the offensive end. Here comes Kaya Johnson. CSI now trailing by 11. Arvello is fouled on a 3, and she nearly got it to go, but Christina Arvello will head to the line for 3 free throws.
Could have been a nice big 4-point swing there for the Dolphins, but 3 free throws coming up. And Joe, she has to go 3 for 3 here. It's crucial for the Dolphins.
If the Warriors wanted to give CSI a chance in this game, they've certainly done that as they've committed foul after foul in this fourth quarter. And Arvello's first free throw is good, but unfortunately, I do have the foul tally. That last foul, the 7th foul committed by Nyack in this fourth quarter. And so far, Arvello making them pay for that latest foul at the line. She's 2 of 2. 1 more to come for Christina Arvello. And she goes 3 of 3 from the line. Dolphins back to within 8 points again.
Great job there by Arvello at the free throw line.
Arvello now has 16 points in the game. This is Wilson nearly stripped, and timeout was called by Rashidi Aikens. So we will see what becomes of this timeout. It is going to become a media timeout. So I don't believe that is correct. We will see as
We're not within 5 minutes, Joe, so it shouldn't be a media timeout.
The head referee signaled media timeout. He is corrected. So we will stay right here through the timeout. Nick, Dolphins back to within 8. How can CSI complete this comeback attempt?
Keep getting to the line and making every free throw. That's going to be crucial. If you're not going to the line, you get an open shot, make it. And continue to play good defense, but you got to hope you can force some turnovers here from the Warriors, because right now it keeps fluctuating. Dolphins get it down to 8. Warriors come back, make it 10. Dolphins get it to 9. Warriors come back, make it 11. So at some point, you need to put your foot on the gas here, score a lot of points, and play good defense.
Well, I think we will both agree that this stop is critical for CSI, as offensive foul
right
is
to
the
line.
call.
What more can you ask for there?
And we will have a substitution for the Warriors, as once again Jordan Rivera checks back in.
Second personal foul.
No free throws off of the offensive foul, but Dolphins have a chance to get to within 6. They have not been that close in quite some time. This is Johnson. Now Arvello back up to Johnson. Esposito for Masinghe. She drives, gets right to the rim, and can't finish the layup, as that is a hard foul committed by Kaya Johnson, chasing after that rebound. And
yeah, Johnson, I think, clearly going for the ball, but ends up smacking or punching Crook Losada in the face. She's feeling some serious discomfort right now. However, she's going to stay in the game.
The Dolphins are very fortunate that that was not reviewed for potential flagrant foul, as it was completely unintentional, no doubt.
I think her nose may be bleeding, so she'll head over to the trainer's table.
Yeah, she took a hard shot from Johnson, so that will necessitate a substitution for Nyack, as Kelsey McCaskill and Josie DePool head to the scorer's table. DePool coming on for Rivera, and McCaskill will replace Crook Losada. .5:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Dolphins trailing by 8. Wilson dribbling around the perimeter here, hands off to Leviton. Leviton crossing over left to right and is stripped by Johnson. 5 minutes to go in the game. Time running out on CSI. Every possession crucial. This is Esposito. Corner 3, short, and rebounded by the Warriors.
Well,
and you could hear the Nyack bench yelling, shooter, as Esposito was standing open in the corner for a short time, but on the closeout, the shot was disrupted enough, and Esposito was well short, and we're going to have a foul call here. The question is, will it be against the Warriors or Dolphins? And it will be against Nyack.
Mariosa commits the foul there. Dolphins back to the line, and we will see after this media timeout if they're able to capitalize.
Well, with that foul, Lariosa is done for the game. That is her 5th, so that could prove huge down the stretch of this one. Lariosa played a huge role in this game early on and has been forced in and out due to foul trouble. But when we come back, CSI will head to the line, trailing by 8, an opportunity to pull back to within 6.
Hello, esports fans. My name is Alberto Sanchez, and I'm the esports coordinator here at the College of Staten Island. Tuesday, November 30th is Giving Tuesday. All proceeds that you give on Giving Tuesday will go directly to any program you support. The esports program is looking to build the esports room here on the College of Staten Island, and all donations will go directly towards that if you use the esports link. Go Dolphins.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And we are back here on the ECC Network. The College of Staten Island trailing Nyack College by a score of 55-47. Christina Arvello back at the free throw line for the Dolphins, and she knocks down the first of two as CSI pulls back to within 7 points. It has been a long time since the Dolphins have been this close. Now a chance to pull within 6, and that free throw too strong. But Arvello able to chase down the rebound, and she draws the foul.
Tremendous job there by Arvello to chase the rebound, going back to the free throw line. And for Nyack, Crook Losada, good to go. And she's back in the game. She's got her nose taped up a bit, but she is back on her feet.
Well, good to see Crook Losada checking back into the game, as Arvello's first free throw is no good, and she had hit 4 straight before those last 2 misses.
Blowing her hands, perhaps they're a little bit cold at this point.
Another chance to pull the Dolphins to within 6, and that free throw is good. Arvello now has 18 points. 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This is Wilson. Guarded by Johnson. Now Leviton thought about using the screen, instead drives baseline and throws up a wild shot. That one not even close. Dolphins now with a chance to get as close as 3.
Good defense there by Arvello.
Arvello for Johnson. Johnson drives baseline. Kick out to Esposito, up top to Masinghe. Masinghe, floater in the lane. And blocking foul is the call. CSI will head back to the free throw line.
Well, Joe, I mentioned at the half, the way the Dolphins have been able to stay in games all season has been free throws. Warriors in the penalty, the third and fourth quarter here. We'll see if the Dolphins are able to make this a 5 or 4 point game.
These will be 3. These free throw attempts will be numbers 13 and 14 for the Dolphins, as number 3, Noemi Masinghe, at the line, knocks down the first. Masinghe, second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. 20-second shot clock for CSI here. This is Johnson. Back to LaFaro. 10 to shoot. Masinghe will try the 3, and that's off the mark. And a foul committed by the Dolphins, as we had a collision on the rebound.
I mean, the Dolphins' 5th foul as well.
So the Warriors now in the bonus with 3:40 on the clock in the fourth quarter.
Foul number 4, Kaya Johnson, her second personal foul, 15th foul.
For Kaya Johnson, that will be her second personal. Mariah Witz to the charity stripe for 2. Her team leading by 5. And the first free throw by Witz off the mark. That free throw attempt for Witz was her first of the game.
And Joe, you got to wonder when the Fanatics are going to come into play here.
And Witz goes 1 of 2 from the line. Nyack by 6. 3:40 to go in the fourth. This is Johnson bringing it across half court. Now LaFaro. LaFaro to Esposito. Esposito looks to drive, finds Johnson. Mid-range pull-up, air ball. Rebound goes to Masinghe, 10 to shoot. This is LaFaro. Floater in the lane is good. Lizzie LaFaro with a teardrop layup, and the Dolphins are within 4.
Huge floater there.
There's a tough shot by Wilson. The Dolphins did not box out Rivera, but The Warriors cannot make CSI pay, and here come the Dolphins. Under 3 minutes to play. Esposito looks to kick out. That pass was tipped. This is Masinge for Johnson. Now Alarcon back up to Johnson. 12 to shoot. LaFaro for Johnson. Open mid-range pull-up is good, and the Dolphins are back within 2 points.
Uh-oh! Here come the Fanatics making some noise, Joe. 56-54, 2.5 minutes left here. Welcome to Victory Boulevard.
You asked when the Fanatics would become a factor. The answer is right now, as they are chanting defense. The Dolphins looking for a huge stop, and they got it. As CSI has the ball trailing by 2.
Dolphins with a chance to tie it or take the lead.
CSI has nearly come all the way back. This is Esposito. Masinge to Johnson. Open mid-range. Splash! And the Dolphins have tied the game at 56.
It's good. Johnson back-to-back possessions. No fear on the mid-range shot. The Dolphins have come all the way back. It's 56-56 with under 2 minutes left here in the game.
CSI trailed by 18 at the half as they come up with another stop. That's an air ball from Rivera. 1:40 to play. Chance of air ball from the Fanatics. 20 to shoot for CSI. Johnson to LaFaro. Corner three-pointer. Splash! And the Dolphins lead by 3.
Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone's going crazy in the room, Joe. 59-56. The Dolphins take the lead. And the tank is going crazy.
The tank erupting with that last made 3 as the Warriors call timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout as you get another look at that corner three-pointer by Lizzie LaFaro. No shot bigger in this game than that last one. It puts CSI in front by 3. And if I'm not mistaken, Nick, that is the Dolphins' largest lead of the game. It is, and it comes with 1:26 to play.
What a job by the Dolphins. What a job by Nicole Sarcone and her coaching staff in halftime to keep their players head in the game. Inspired basketball in the second half here. They come all the way back here, up 3 now. It's crucial here to keep in mind that both teams are in the penalty, so got to be smart defensively. And right now, the momentum is squarely with the Dolphins, but that could all change here with a big shot here by the Warriors on this possession.
The Warriors haven't been playing from behind since the opening minutes of this game. Chance of defense from the Fanatics. Dolphins outscoring Nyack 19-6 in the 4th. Open three-pointer for McCaskill, and that's halfway down and out. Rebound to Johnson and CSI.
Dolphins here should take their time, look for a good shot, try to eat some clock.
1 minute to play in the 4th quarter, and Esposito is fouled. And with that, CSI can make this a 2-possession game.
Wow, Joe, what a difference from the first half. And the Dolphins have been able to do this big time thanks to the part of the Warriors fouling them nonstop. Another free throw attempt coming up here.
You said it, Nick. Both teams could not afford to foul, and Esposito cannot make the Warriors pay for that last foul.
Big shot here. Need to make this a 2-possession game if you're the Dolphins.
This is a huge free throw for Esposito, and it is good. Dolphins lead by 4, 59.6 on the clock.
Men's basketball team, the Fanatics, the men's baseball team, everybody's here supporting the Lady Dolphins.
And the Dolphins commit a bad foul at the other end. That will send Leviton back to the line for 2. Her team trailing by 4.
Warriors with the chance here to now make it a 2-point game. And as we've grown accustomed to here for the most part, Joe, this is going to come down to the wire.
We've often called CSI Dolphins baseball the cardiac kids, and I think women's basketball may want in on that moniker as well. All 4 games have come down to the final minute as Leviton hits 2 huge free throws, pulling her team back to within 2. Carly Bolivar checks back into the game. Mariah Witz heads to the bench for Nyack.
And I do like that the Warriors are going with the full court press defensively.
If the Dolphins score here, the Warriors will be in a position where they have to foul down the stretch. This is Johnson. 15 to shoot for CSI. Here comes Alarcon on the drive, and she cannot finish. Alarcon down to the floor. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Timeout called by the Warriors.
I think Coach Sarcone wanted a foul there to be called on Alarcon as she drove, but this is going to come down to defense here. We will see, Joe, if the Warriors hold it and go for a three-pointer to win it.
That would be very surprising to me, Nick, if they try a three. I think you're just looking for the best shot possible in the situation, tie the game, maybe get back to the free throw line. You attack the rim early and try and draw a foul. But if you're the Dolphins, do not give away 2 points for free. Do not commit a foul, and do not allow an open three-pointer. If you're CSI right now, I think it's tough to try and figure out what you're on the lookout for. I think the safest bet is that the ball winds up in the hands of Amani Leviton for a shot. But all players who have gotten onto the floor for Nyack have gotten involved at the offensive end in some way, shape, or form. So it's tough to hone in on just Leviton and leave the game hanging in the balance and the basketball in the hands of a potentially wide-open shooter for Nyack. We'll see what the Dolphins look to do defensively.
Yeah, certainly here. I think you need to be careful. You don't want to foul and send them to the free throw line if it's not in the act of shooting here. Obviously in the penalty, but I do agree with you. Amani Leviton most likely going to be the person that they look for to make the shot.
Rashidi Aikens having a conversation with the official, and we'll see exactly what it is they are discussing. I'm trying to listen in and read lips. I think it may have been regarding timeouts remaining. But if you're the Dolphins, two things you can't live with here: an open three-pointer and a foul. Inside of 25 seconds to play. 2-second differential between shot and game clock. This is Wilson. Wilson is guarded by Johnson. McCaskill drives down the center of the lane, and she was stripped from behind. It will be Dolphins basketball.
I think we're going to get a replay review on that. Leviton clunked for the ball in the corner. Really wanted to shoot the three. Masinga swats it away, goes out of bounds. I do think, Joe, that Masinga knocked out of bounds, but we
might have a replay,
staff,
Nick.
We'll take a look right now as Nick Bavona is playing it for us. I might have to slow it down. Very tough to see. Referees right now not asking for a replay. But
I thought it was Warriors basketball, Nick. I thought it should have been Nyack ball.
So did I. Take another look right now.
I think they may be heading over here, Nick. The officials are going to discuss it.
Well, we'll stay here. If they come ask, we're ready for them. But from our angle, Joe, it sure looked like the ball did go out of bounds off Masinga, assistant coach.
I think you're right, Nick. That was my initial reaction. I thought for sure.
Let's take one more look at it. Looks like from that angle that it did go out on the Dolphins. So Dolphins maybe going to catch a lucky break here. Referees not coming over for a review, and they usually ask us pregame, do you have the capability for a review? This referee crew did not ask that, so perhaps they were unaware that we can give them the replay.
This crew showed up right as we began the pregame. We were about to get on the air when the officials made their way into the tank.
Crucial here for the Dolphins to do something that isn't too easy for them, and that is inbound the ball. And they can go into the backcourt for this, so keep that in mind, Joe. And I think that's what they were going to try to do. Oh,
And the Dolphins do get it into Masinge. The Warriors aren't fouling. And the Dolphins turn the ball over. Nyack wasn't fouling. The Dolphins could have just held the ball. And instead, Masinge put it on the floor and turns it over.
Warriors going to have another shot at it here. Poor job there by the Dolphins to just hold the ball. I think you should have perhaps inserted Lambert in the game there. Let her catch the inbound pass, one of the best free throw shooters in the ECC, and to take your chance if they foul her. But what it comes down to here, Joe, 7.5 seconds left, and the Warriors will once again get the ball with the chance to tie it or win it, and they will certainly hold for the last shot, I would think.
I think if you're Nyack, you take the first open opportunity and put that shot up, whether it's from underneath, mid-range, three-point range. If you have an open look at this point in the game, you take it. Not much time to try and get into your half-court offense, but you would have to think that Rashidi Akins has diagrammed the play coming out of this break, and we will see what he comes up with as the Warriors are now out of timeouts. With that last timeout, they do advance the ball.
Let's cue up the Fanatics, who are about to bring the defense chance.
Nyack to inbound in front of their own bench. It's Leviton on the drive. Her shot is short. Rebounded by Masinge, and she is fouled, but with only 1.7 on the clock, that should do it.
Masinge thought about passing that for some reason, it looked like, but she held onto the ball smartly here. 2 free throws here, and it's over, but at minimum wants to make at least one here.
Well, Masinge on that previous inbound did not have to put the ball on the floor. She was not double-teamed. She was not trapped. She was in a tough spot in the corner, but I don't think she was deep enough where she had to dribble, as that first free throw puts the Dolphins ahead by 3. This next free throw will ice the game, though it would be incredibly difficult for Nyack to get up a full-court shot off of a rebound in 1.7. As the free throw is no good, and the heave from Wilson is just off as Wilson nearly tied the game.
Wow, Joe. Wilson definitely got the shot off in time. Off the back rim. No good. Tough pill to swallow if you're a Nyack. An incredibly crushing loss as the Dolphins come back by 18. Trailing 18, they come back and they're able to pull off an incredible victory, and the Dolphins win it 61-58, Joe. Incredible for the Dolphins.
Well, Nick, we do apologize as our camera operator did not get that last shot on camera as the Warriors nearly tied the game. You did not see it on your screen. Sarah Wilson's last shot of the game was no good off of the back rim. She came about as close as you can get to tying the score at 61, but as it stands, the College of Staten Island wins a thriller at home, 61-58, and Nick, you said it. Credit to this Dolphins coaching staff. Credit to this Dolphins team as they came out a different-looking team in the second half.
Joe, the Dolphins' bread and butter all season has been making the free throws. The Warriors got in the penalty both quarters in the second half, and the Dolphins were able to capitalize. And kudos to Arvella, who had an incredible game for the Dolphins, leading the way with scoring. Hit a lot of clutch threes, and a huge win for the Dolphins.
So Arvelo finishes with 18 points, 5 of 7 from the line, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Lizzie LaFaro also had 12 in the game. She was 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point range. One of those a huge shot down the stretch to put the Dolphins in front by 3. Jenelise Alarcon added 8 points and 15 more rebounds, 7 of those coming on the offensive glass. Noemia Masinge had 8 points and 6 rebounds. Ashley Lambert, 7 points, 7 of 7 from the charity stripe. Leading the way for Nyack was Amani Leviton. She had 15, could not connect on a potential game-tying layup down the stretch. But Nick, for this Dolphins team, that win evens up their record at 2-2, for the Warriors. They dropped to 0-3 on the season. The women's basketball team has not been short on excitement so far through 4 games, every one of them coming down to the final seconds.
Yeah, Joe, this one we thought was going to be out of hand at halftime, but that was not the case as the Dolphins are able to come all the way back. And as I mentioned a moment ago, leading the way for them, one of their returning players, Christina Arvelo, who played a team-leading 34 minutes, and she scored 18 points, and the Dolphins were incredible from the free throw line. 22 of 33. Lambert was 7 for 7. Masinga knocked down 6 free throws, and Arvelo had 5 free throws herself.
I think the story of this game, Nick, the Dolphins came out at the halftime break a different-looking team. They trailed by as many as 20 in the game, and they earned themselves a 3-point win to even up their record at 2-2 on the season. So with that, we will wrap up the front half of our NCAA Division II basketball doubleheader. Coming up next, the College of Staten Island men's basketball team takes on ECC rival Damon College. That game will get underway in approximately 25 minutes. You can catch that matchup right here on the ECC Network. Until then, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nick Durst. Nick and I rejoin you in approximately 25 minutes.